Alright, hello everyone. Hope you're all well and welcome back to another Cyberpunk video. Today we're not necessarily looking at cut content. We're not actually going to be searching for, remnants of features or areas which have been cut from the game which we knew existed. Instead, what we're going to be doing is still using no clips so we can, go beyond walls, go beyond barriers, shit like that. But to check out Grand Imperial Mall, this is a part of the Pacifica area in Cyberpunk, and I'm going to be making a load of videos on Pacifica because there's a fucking ton of content which is missing from this place. I thought I'd start off with the Grand Imperial Mall and, have a little look at this big part of the map because this is a big building, but to my knowledge you can only access this ground floor, this upper floor, and then also kind of the back areas which are tied to the main story content and what have you. Anyways, so this is the mall. You can find it right about here on the map. There is actually a fast track point which is literally right next to it. The doors for whatever reason are open. I don't ever remember the front doors just being open, but like I'm not really complaining, to be honest. On the right hand side and the left hand side you can see areas of where lifts probably would have gone, and as you can see here as well, there are actually lifts which you can see right about here. These are a little bit buggy, they're a little bit all over the place, but that's the first thing I want to point out is that these lift shafts are pretty much fake. There's no super crazy interiors or anything in here, to be honest. In fact, I don't even really think that they have any kind of meaningful interiors. There's no lift panels, nothing like that shit. Quite clearly, there's a lot of shutters which are about, and if you want to clip behind these doors, you can see that there's like a lot of space which sort of just isn't used. For example, here we have a floor which is perfectly walkable, and even in this one right here, as you can see, there's actually what looks to be like an interior. This is pretty much a room, albeit empty and unfinished, but to have basically a full-blown floor behind closed off shops is quite interesting, actually. Let's check out behind the shop fronts which are closed, because obviously that's where majority of the interesting content is going to be. So here we have a closed off grate, and you can see it leads into what looks to be some sort of corridor. A little bit of theming on the go here, and behind here we have a big ass empty room with just a load of bin bags. There's so much to look at here. I'm sorry that this probably isn't the most coherent way of doing it, but like, live, laugh, love, you know what I'm trying to say. Right at the end you got like a little fire exit on the go. If you click behind here, there is actually kind of like a corridor. This building is really weird, and there's a lot of strangeness surrounding it because there's a lot of space. Like, there's a load of excess space which looks like it's supposed to be going places. One thing I did want to show you is that this theatre doesn't actually exist. There's like kind of a floor behind it, but not really. But like, it's perfectly walkable, and there's some doors which are knocking around as well. But there isn't some like alternative theatre that's like chilling in there. So you can see it from up in here. You get like a nice view of the theatre, but here it is. These doors are not accessible and there's nothing behind them, but like, you can walk all the way down here. There's no loot or anything. Got some fire doors which don't have anything behind them. This part of the mall is in the bottom part, and this slightly upper floor are the only areas which you can actually access. So if you fly through the doors and you start going up other levels, you'll find yourself in kind of empty areas with not a great deal going on. But as you can see, like, this is all walkable. This is perfectly functioning, actually, and we can even clip behind here. And like, look how much space there is. There is so much excess space in this mall. I don't know if this was intended and this is just kind of like part of how it's been designed, but you would have thought that behind all of these locked doors and whatnot, there wouldn't really be anything, but there's actually quite a bit. These are the inaccessible floors, and as you can see, the lifts actually come up all this way, and I'm guessing this is because you can just see it from the ground level. And again, like, bear this in mind, a lot of this stuff is going to have been created to, you know, enforce the illusion that, like, there's more happening, you know. This doesn't necessarily mean that anything was planned for these areas. But look, like, a lot of this is walkable, and there's so much space, and I don't really understand why this is happening. Like, I don't even know where we're supposed to be at the moment, but you can literally walk on all of this, which is kind of mad. And the higher you go up, the less detail these levels retain. As you can see, majority of it is really just copy and pasted. I did have like a quick whip round just to see if I could find anything interesting on these levels. And like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there really isn't anything. There isn't any kind of like secret interiors. There's no like parts of the map which were supposed to be usable. Like, these floors are pretty much all just copied and pasted. And you know, even like the elevator shaft, as you can see, it's all the same. CDPR obviously modeled one level and essentially just applied it to all of the other ones. I know that this is kind of pointless for me to just fly around and be like, yeah, there's actually, you know, sort of nothing up here, but that's kind of the point of this video, to show you that, yeah, like, there are a lot of levels to this mall, but that doesn't mean that this was supposed to be some main area of gameplay. What I will do is I'll clip to the top of the building, and like, you can stand on here. I don't think you can damage the glass. No, you can't. But like, this building's big. I know I've said this so much, but this building is fucking huge. And you've even got like the roller coaster which backs out onto it. God, do you know what? Full damage is probably the single worst thing I have to deal with in this game. So we've got some kind of a roof access thing. I don't actually think you can get here normally. See if there's anything behind this door. No, unfortunately not. Again, it's probably all just like window dressing, you know, trying to create the illusion that there's more going on. And like, that's not even me having a dig at Cyberpunk. Like, all games do this. You know, when I first started getting into NoClip, it was back on Call of Duty Zombies, and what the fuck? Where am I? And like, this happened a lot. Anyways, let's check underneath the map, because there's a lot of weird shit going underneath the mall. But yeah, look, you got a load of weird geometry about. You got like lines and shit, which are just kind of kicking around. There's a very, very small box here, so we're gonna have a little look to see what that is. Yeah, look at that. It's got a pile of newspapers. Do love to see that. Yeah, look at this. This is a big open space. This kind of looks like a car park. Again, I'm sorry, it's so dark in here. And this is like a big old area which isn't used. So like, I'm not really too sure what's happening. I suppose it's because you can see through the windows. That's the Grand Imperial Mall. Hope it was kind of interesting. I'm sorry that there isn't a lot here. But like, I'd rather make a video and show you that there's not a great deal, rather than people speculating that there's like a finished game in there or some shit. Like, it's obviously not gonna happen. So I don't think that there was anything like super crazy going on here. But yeah, hope it was interesting nonetheless. Stay tuned for more Cyberpunk content, and if you enjoyed it, leave a big fat like on the video. Alright, cheers guys, I'll catch you in the next one.